eBay is honestly a goldmine for broken PC hardware. You can find graphics cards like this for half the normal price, sometimes even less. And if you get lucky, you might end up with something that only has a minor issue and turn it into an incredible deal. The problem is, luck hasn't exactly been on my side lately. The first package I bought was a complete disaster. The damage was way worse than I expected, so instead of giving up, I did something much dumber. I bought 10 more broken packages, and now the question is, can I actually piece all of this together and build a real gaming PC from it? Alright, let's unbox the first package. Oh my god, there's a motherboard inside, and somehow it even came with a random 1-meter Ethernet cable still plugged into it. This is the MSI B450M I bought for only $10. Pretty cheap for a B450 board, although it's just a basic model without anything too special. But immediately something strange happened. I couldn't pull the Ethernet cable out. It was completely jammed inside the LAN port, and somehow removing this stupid cable turned into a full boss fight. Eventually I managed to rip them apart, and that's when I noticed the real problem. Inside the LAN port there were black burn marks, like something had literally shorted out inside the connector. And since this is the Ethernet port, I'm pretty sure this motherboard got hit through the network cable. Probably lightning damage or a power surge, which is really bad news, but alright, maybe we still get lucky. Let's install a CPU and power supply to see if there's any life left in it. Yeah, nothing. No lights, no fan spin, completely dead. And damage from lightning or electrical shorts is usually expensive and painful to repair. You need proper tools, proper skills, and way more patience than I have. So yeah, this motherboard is cooked. Alright then, let's move on to the next box. Next up was an RTX 3060 12GB box. Except when I opened it, oh no, inside was a Z370 motherboard instead. I bought it for $20, and this thing looked way too good. The design was aggressive, premium, and visually it looked almost flawless. Seriously, if someone told me this motherboard was brand new, I probably would have believed them immediately. And that's exactly what made me suspicious. Because nobody throws away a perfect-looking Z370 unless something really bad happened to it. So now I'm curious. I install the CPU, RAM, connect the power supply, press the power button, and the system instantly starts power cycling. The fans spin for 1 second, shut off, then try again. At first, I genuinely thought the RAM was the problem, so I reseated it, tested again, and the exact same thing happened. And the stranger part was, the motherboard still looked completely normal. No visible damage, no burn marks, nothing obvious at all. That's when I started thinking this probably wasn't a hardware failure. I think the BIOS update failed at some point. Maybe the previous owner lost power halfway through, maybe they flashed the wrong BIOS version. But once the BIOS gets corrupted, the motherboard basically loses the instructions needed to boot. So now the board still tries to wake up, but it never actually can. And without specialized tools or experience to reprogram the BIOS chip, there's really nothing I can do. After opening 2 boxes, I was still completely empty-handed. At this point, I was starting to feel pretty defeated, but thankfully there were still 8 more boxes left. Maybe my luck just hadn't started yet. If I remember correctly, I bought this one for around $40. And oh wow, inside was a B365 motherboard bundled together with an Intel Core i5-9400F. And immediately my brain started thinking the worst, because this kind of bundle usually means the seller already tested everything, realized something was dead, and decided to throw both parts together hoping somebody else would deal with the problem. Which is terrifying, because when a motherboard dies, sometimes it takes the CPU down with it. So now I'm nervous. I connect the power supply, press the power button, and absolutely nothing happens. No fan spin, no lights, completely silent. That's when I pretty much accepted the motherboard was dead. No hope left at all. But now comes the scary question. Did the motherboard kill the CPU too? So I removed the i5-9400F and tested it separately on another motherboard, and there is no way. It actually worked. Instant display output straight into the BIOS. The relief I felt at that moment was unbelievable, because even if this B365 motherboard is completely dead, the Intel Core i5-9400F alone is already worth almost what I paid for the entire bundle. So right now, I'm not losing money. In fact, I might have actually made a profit. So now, at least I finally had a working Intel Core i5-9400F, and somehow that gave me enough motivation to keep gambling on the next boxes. Inside this one was a 600-watt power supply I bought for just $10, buying a broken used PSU. This cheap is basically asking for an electrical fire. But alright, let's see what happens. I plug it in, and no way. It actually turns on. But then I notice the fan isn't spinning at all, which is very bad because a power supply without cooling is basically a toaster with anger issues. So I rip it apart and steal a fan from another dead PSU I had lying around. Nothing fancy, I just need this thing to not explode. Now for the moment of truth. I plug it back in, and perfect. The fan spins normally again. Alright, I'm not trusting it completely yet, but at least this thing is alive. Box number 5 looked a lot more promising. This thing actually seemed like a high-end motherboard box. But when I opened it, oh what? Inside was an entire HP SFF Office PC, and not an ancient one either. This thing still had almost everything inside. Motherboard, PSU, RAM, even the CPU. The only missing part was the SSD. I bought the whole thing for $50, which sounded incredible. Until I looked closer, because this PC was absolutely filthy. And not normal dust either. This was straight up mud. It was packed into every corner like this thing had survived a flood or got rescued from the bottom of a river. At that point, I genuinely thought, yeah, there's no way this thing still works. So before plugging anything in, I completely tore it apart, cleaned every component, dried everything carefully, and prayed there wasn't like hidden moisture somewhere waiting to destroy the board. Inside, there was a single RAM stick and an Intel Core i3-10105. Alright, moment of truth. I connect the power and press the button. Nothing. Completely dead. Now I'm worried. So I start isolating components one by one to figure out what actually died. First, the power supply. I jump the green power pin manually, and yeah, the fan doesn't even move. The PSU is completely dead, which instantly becomes annoying because this HP system uses a weird proprietary 4-pin power connector. So now I'm stuck. Luckily, I test the CPU and RAM on another motherboard, and somehow both still work perfectly, which means the only mystery left is the motherboard itself. At this point, I had two choices: give up or gamble even harder. So I searched online for a replacement PSU. And of course, because proprietary hardware loves ruining lives, the replacement cost around $25. If the motherboard was dead too, this would become an absolutely terrible decision. But I bought it anyway. First, I tested the new PSU by itself. Perfect. Now comes the dangerous part. I connect everything back together, hit the power button, and oh my god, the CPU fan starts spinning. Then suddenly, the BIOS screen appears. I genuinely could not believe it. I was convinced this machine died after taking a swim through floodwater, but somehow it survived. So at this point, the $50 gamble officially turned into profit. Now I basically have an almost complete PC. All I'm missing now is an SSD and a GPU. So let's open the next box and see if luck is finally on my side. Oh, inside this box was a GTX 1060, 6GB. And I only paid $20 for it. Now this could have been huge because these cards still sell for around $60 to $70 if they work properly. So at this point, I'm excited. I don't even wait. I immediately install the card and power the system on. But nothing. No display at all. The keyboard lights turn on, which means the PC itself is alive. So the problem is almost definitely the GPU. Then I notice something strange. The cooling fan is spinning, but very slowly, almost like the card is barely waking up. So I start coping hard and try the usual fixes. Clean the PCIe contacts, clean the display outputs, reseat the card, try again. Still dead. At this point, I already have a bad feeling, so I take the cooler apart to inspect the card more closely. And that's when I notice something terrifying. The GPU chip and the VRAM aren't generating heat at all, which usually means the core itself isn't even properly powering on. And that kind of failure is bad. Like deep inside the PCB bad. The kind of repair that needs real equipment, real experience, and probably more money than this card is even worth. So, yeah, another failure. This thing is cooked. After that completely dead GTX 1060, 6GB, my expectations for the next GPU were honestly very low. But then I opened the next box, and inside was a GTX 1052GB that I bought for only $15. At this point, I didn't even care about performance anymore. I just wanted something to work. So I install the card, connect the monitor, press the power button, and no way. The screen actually turns on. That moment felt incredible. After dealing with so many dead parts, finally seeing a GPU output display again felt like a massive victory. I was already imagining this thing becoming part of the final build. But then, the screen flickers. just for a split second. At first I thought maybe it was the cable, so I swapped it, changed display ports, but the problem kept coming back. Every time I moved Windows too quickly or launched something heavy, the screen would randomly go black for a second and come back again. At that point, I decided to reinstall the driver. And oh my god, the flickering completely disappeared. Looks like the card just needed the proper driver to finally behave normally. I even ran a quick Unigine Heaven test afterward, and surprisingly, everything stayed stable. Alright, maybe my luck is finally turning around. Let's move on to the next box. Oh my god. Inside this box were 4 SSD. I bought the whole bundle for just $30. There are two 250GB drives and two 128GB drives, so now I'm really hoping at least one of these things still works. Alright, let's start testing them immediately. First up is this 128GB puller SSD. Let's see if it can boot into Windows. And oh no, the system freezes instantly at the boot logo. So I jump into the BIOS and strangely enough, the SSD is being detected normally. But every time I try booting from it, the PC just hangs forever at the logo screen. At this point, I run some health check software, and somehow it still reports 84% health, which makes absolutely no sense. Because the drive is constantly stuck at 100% usage, Windows can barely interact with it, and the SSD doesn't even properly appear inside File Explorer anymore. So yeah, I think this drive is dying in the most confusing way possible. Alright, moving on to the second SSD, and somehow things get even worse. I can barely open any applications, the whole system starts lagging like crazy, and the drive usage stays pinned at 100% the entire time. Yeah, I'm not wasting any more time on this thing. Now onto the third drive. And this one is absolutely insane. The health status literally shows 0%. Completely finished, which honestly makes sense when I saw the total runtime. Over 540,000 hours. This SSD has probably lived through multiple civilizations at this point. Alright, final drive. And no way. This one still has 98% health with only around 19,000 hours of usage. And unlike the other drives, it isn't constantly maxing itself out trying to die. So finally, we might actually have a usable SSD. I'll reinstall Windows on it later and test it more carefully. But for now, let's move on to box number 9. Oh, it's just a stock Intel stock cooler. I bought it for $3, so alright, let's see if it still works. Oh yeah, the fan spins, but only for a few seconds. Then it suddenly freezes and refuses to move again, which is honestly impressive in the worst possible way. A part that's supposed to be nearly impossible to break somehow still managed to break. Alright, final box. And this one is huge. Oh my god, it's actually a PC case that I bought for only $8. The seller packaged it terribly, and one side arrived completely bent inward. But luckily, I managed to bend it back into shape pretty easily. So for $8, I'm not complaining too much. And looking at everything on the table right now, I actually ended up with quite a few working parts. Still not enough for a complete gaming PC yet. But thankfully that HP Office system survived almost intact, except for the dead PSU. The only annoying part is the case is way too small to fit my graphics card inside properly. And yeah, I don't want this video turning into a full benchmark marathon, so hopefully you guys understand that part. So in total, I spent $231 on everything in this video. And if all these surviving parts continue running stable, then this was actually an insane deal. After all the dead hardware, boot loops, flood damage, and emotional trauma from broken GPUs, I'm honestly surprised we even ended up with a working system at all. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this chaotic experiment as much as I enjoyed suffering through it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below.